Right, let's do some best bets.
It's best bets. It's best bets. It's time for all the best bets.
Philly -7 over the Jets this week in the NFL. The Jets are bad.
Yeah.
Why is it only 7? This is weird.
Yeah, that seems low, yeah.
It's in New York, New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Doesn't bother me at all because I think the Eagles have won 10 in their last 11 on the road. The Jets aren't very good at all. And like Zach Wilson versus this defensive front of the Eagles who just went out and demolisherated Matt Stafford at times last week. Like Hassan Reddick, it's like there was a moment I think when Aaron Donald was going after Geno Smith maybe in week 1. And he just sort of squeaked, "Oh my God." Like as the huge man mountain of Aaron Donald was coming at him across the line. He's like, yeah, I'd probably do the exact same, but I'd swear a lot more. And
So I was like, oh my God.
Whereas Zach Wilson, this Jets O-line just lost another member. They're going to get creamed. Like -7, no chance.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
going Philly -7 in a heartbeat. It's $1.95 with Top Sport at the moment.
$1.95.
So let's go Philly -7 over the Jets. That's my favorite NFL pick for this entire weekend. I'll break down some more of that in my article on codebet.com.au as well as in tomorrow's show. Some more NBA win totals. This article will be going up tomorrow as well. 3 more. And there'll be a win total article that'll be the top 10. Basically my 5 favorite overs and my 5 favorite unders. Here's a couple more. Unders. Dallas, under 45.5. How do you feel about this one, Stats Man?
Well, as we've talked about, the West is stacked.
Yep.
And yeah, Dallas, I feel like they're going to be very similar to last year, but you got a few other teams around them that are going to get a few more wins. So yeah.
You do have Kyrie. You get the entire season to sort of
I think
use
Kyrie will be better. But
Kyrie and figure out how to, best use
yeah,
him.
their depth isn't like there compared to they're
But
going
at
to
the
be
same time, Kyrie's a head case.
Yes.
So
And
he
he
might
could-
just submarine this entire season.
He could
so
randomly
I'd
stop
rather
playing, yeah.
bet on the idea of Kyrie ruining your team
Yeah. What's happened
than
in the last
actually
5
being,
years, yeah.
as opposed to just going, oh, boys, I've got like 2 weeks of leave I'm just going to take. It's like, Kai, it's the middle of the season.
To a Dennis
What do you
Rodman.
do? I put it in 0 like weeks ago. It's like, dude, you can't. You can't. He's like, no, I'm already in Cancun. I don't know what to tell you. See ya. I've got to go burn some more sage. Like, absolute
Nothing
loyalty.
wrong with burning sage.
Sure. All right, 30.
Ward off them evil spirits, bro.
What? I didn't know that.
38-44 they were last year. The over-under being 45.5 in this West, where there's like
tough,
13 really competitive teams, I think is an absolute lock for an under. Because Dallas, like, defensively, they were awesome 2 years ago in Jason Kidd's first year.
Yep.
Last year, defensively, not very good. Third year, Jason Kidd, no chance. I think it's just they're going to get cooked. Offensively, with Luka and Kyrie to be fun. I love Dante Exum. Oh, Dante
I'm so
Exum,
glad he's
a.k.a. Kangaroo Kobe. And you've got Josh Greeny Green. Like, that's awesome. It's the Aussie Mavericks. Yes, you little ripper.
How good.
But they've got no size. Their perimeter defenders are all on the small side. I just feel bad about this Dallas team.
Yeah, they got to improve by 7 wins.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
The other one is Miami under 45.5. Weirdly enough, we're going Dallas-Miami. That's 2 teams that have played in the NBA Finals. Dose. Going the under as well. Miami, look. Oh, but Jim, they made it to like the finals last year. They got smashed by Denver. Shouldn't have made it out of the first round. Shouldn't have made it out of the play-in. Let us say.
Oh, that was my game that I was at.
Shouldn't have
Oh,
beaten
my
the Boston
God.
Celtics, but Stats Boy over
I
here
still-
jinxed his
I
own
still
team by
cry
going
about
to a
that.
game 7 and
This is
watching
what
it.
happens when you have $200,000. You spend your money on dumb crap.
I spend my money. I definitely don't.
They went 44-38 last year. They lose 2 starters.
Yes.
Basically, well, 2 big rotate. 2 of their
No,
best
they were starters in the
6 or 7
finals.
Gabe Vincent, Maxi Strus are gone.
Yep.
You go, all right, well, we've still got Kyle Lowry. Big booty Kyle Lowry is like 400 years old. You got Jimmy Butler, who is also more concerned about his haircut
exactly.
on media day and going, ha, look at this, I'm an emo kid from the mid-thousands. Like, that's a funny joke for
pretty funny.
2008, you idiot. It's 2023, Jimmy Butler. It's like, yeah, man, Panic at the Disco. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, just do it. Just, I don't mind him leaning into the joke as much as he did.
Oh, I
he
like
committed to the bit. That's fine. But it's just bit, he said, swearing. Anyway, Miami, under 45.5. They've basically got Bam and Jimmy Butler. Bam and Jimmy Butler and very little else. Like, they've got Tyler Hero. There goes my hero. I just don't like that team at all.
Fair.
And Utah, the Yaz. It's a soft J. 35.5 for Utah. Over. Larry, that's a girl's name, Markkinen. John Collins, that's a tall cocktail. And just like a solid team.
Yeah.
that should still get to 36 wins in the West, no matter how tough it is. They took teams by surprise last year, which worries me a little bit, where they came absolutely flying out of the blocks.
Yeah, they dropped off,
And they sort of did drop off down the back end. I still think they've got a really good coach in Will Hardy. They've got a solid, very deep roster. I think Utah still get over that 35.5 mark. So there you go. Dallas under 45.5. Miami under 45.5. Utah over 35.5. Shop around because you can find very different prices as well on those and numbers actually on those. Like
But
some of
also
those
check
might
out
be
the
44.
article because you can just click the hyperlinks.
Just click the hyperlink
Yes.
on my article,
Yeah.
which will be up
Bang.
tomorrow. Alex.
Having a look at France taking on the Netherlands and some European qualifying. This is on Saturday morning, 5:45. We talked about the Friday games earlier in the week, so we'll look ahead to Saturday. This is one of the better games of the whole weekend.
awesome game,
The French, they're unbeaten in qualifying, winning all 5 games. They have scored 11, and they haven't allowed in 1 so far.
Jeez.
Netherlands' only losses come up against France. But you also have a look at the injuries that the Dutch have. Jurien Timber, Sven Botman, De Ligt, De Jong, Flecken, who's their keeper. That's not Flecken good at all. And Memphis Depay. That's like basically
That's
most of their starting lineup.
yeah.
It's pretty good. The French are missing Fofana and... I forgot it went for 9 seconds.
Saliba!
Yeah. So
Fofana. I love Fofana.
and our man Saliba, who has a broken toe, and Arsenal just like...
Does he have a broken toe? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a painkilling injection from the Tottenham game. To get through the
Classic
Man City
Arteta,
game.
just get out there.
I mean, there is the truth that Erling Haaland still isn't out of his pocket, so it worked. Anyway, but those two are not playing. But other than that, they do have most of their starting lineup available. They have won 6 of the last 7 between the two, and a win here just guarantees them automatic qualification through to the Euros next year.
Sick.
To
Nice.
be 6 from 6 in the 9 games, just on the points, the top 2 go through to automatic qualification. So they win, they're in.
Cool.
Wow.
$2.20 to win.
That's a great price.
Yeah, it's a Flecken problem you don't have your keeper.
Your keeper, or 3 of your best defensive midfielders, your best midfielder, and one of your main strikers.
Nice.
You're relying on Veg Vorhurst.
Let's go France.
I love a bit of Warhurst.
He sucks.
I like him.
Miff's younger brother.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised he got that one.
Spicks and specs, mate. I like that show.
Shout out.
Yeah, he sits around at home with his mum and dad just watching on a Wednesday.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I really remember it from that show.
Yeah, I was on the other one. What was it? Spicks and Specs, and you got the Rock Whiz.
Oh,
I was
you're
on
that?
Specs and Specs.
Oh,
I
you're
was
watching that?
I was actually on Rock Whiz.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Which was
Oh,
pretty fun.
there you go.
Yeah,
Can we get that up for a social
Gerald,
clip?
cut YouTube.
That would be such a good social clip.
Gee, it'll be hard to find that one, I reckon. All right, Stats Boy, take it away.
All right,
I'm
stop
gonna go
calling me that.
Google.
The NHL.
Never!
Now that you said that you don't like it, you're screwed.
I did, yeah, fair. All right, Seattle Kraken taking on the Nashville
I
Predators.
believe it's pronounced our
beloved. I was going to say that.
I
our
typed in
beloved.
James Clemens Rockwiz on the internet. The first thing that comes up is James Clemens of Rolling Stone Australia rated some band called Stonefield 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh,
Stonefield are awesome.
There you go.
should that have been
Tunes
5?
for days.
You still feel
Yeah.
the 4 out of 5.
And then there's also this, no one can see it, but there's that photo there of James's NBA Australia, hashtag cheap plug.
Yeah, it's one of the weird old logos.
Yeah,
That's
as well as his weird LinkedIn photo too.
I
With
gotta
no
change
beard, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
artsy one, it's weird.
that. Artsy one. It's from me in a pub.
It's black and white, it's artsy.
In a shock. I like beer.
Pub is art.
Stats guy, take it away.
All right, the NHL is back. You got to check out your season picks on thecobat.com.au. That looks pretty good there. Seattle Kraken, as you said, we love them on this side. They've won us a bit of money last season, so we're going to go them in their opener this season against the Predators. They won the series between them last year 2-1, including its huge 7-2 win the last time they played, so I'm leaning towards the Kraken. They're both $1.91 or $1.90 in this
Yeah,
game. Which
checks out. I mean, Nashville at home.
They're both, pretty good teams. Kraken, they had the 5th best offense in the league last year. Yesteryear. Predators were the fifth worst. So I think if it's going to be a pretty high scoring game, Kraken can just score a few and get away. Seattle, they've also won 4 of the 6 meetings in their history because they've only been around for a few years. Nashville, they were ranked 18th for home record last season, which surprised me because I thought they
weren't bad there for a second,
I think maybe they started really bad because they ended pretty strong at home, but they had shocking record at home.
They very clearly threw too many catfish on that ice.
Yes,
and,
that's right. They do that. And then Seattle, they had the 7th best away record, which is pretty strong. So I'm going to go the Kraken. We love the Kraken.
The Kraken away was like an absolute lock.
Yeah.
Especially at the line. The line, and if they were away, it always felt they were either close or they're winning outright.
Yeah.
So I like this a lot.
$1.91, I think, when you got very even sides, but just the away record is much better than their home record. So I'm going to go the Kraken.
Good job, stats guy. Love that. It's the
Start of
first
the
time we
season.
talked about NHL this season, which
Yeah.
started yesterday, day before. So, but there is a big Stanley Cup breakdown on site.
Yeah.
So codebet.com.au.
Get around
You'll
it.
find all your NHL betting. I think in the end, I tipped Edmonton for the
The Oilers,
Stanley Cup.
okay, yeah.
Bret Hart territory.
It's a fascinating, weird sort of setup this season because there was a lot of movement, sort of, off the ice. And so you'll see,
Off the ice.
you get a couple of like really good contenders. Like, it's also always weird when it comes to NHL. You've had two
So many
repeat
teams.
champs in like the last 23 years.
Really?
But you've also go through periods of dominance where like teams will keep making Stanley Cup finals
But might not win.
but win it like in different years
Okay.
rather than back to back. So
And Vegas, maybe not.
Vegas maybe don't go back to back. But what was it? Colorado won 2 years ago. They could very easily win it this year, I think. The Bruins had the best regular season ever.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the most points last year and got bounced in the first
Like the,
round. So
Warriors.
it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be fun. Can't wait. I'll be watching some puck. Absolute puckhead over here.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.